Welcome to Impart Math Knowledge. Please subscribe my channel for more videos. In this video, I am going to discuss about processing of n jobs through k machines. The question is, find an optimal sequence for the following sequencing problem of 4 jobs and 5 machines when pausing is not allowed, of which processing time in hours is given below. Pausing is not allowed means we have to maintain the order for the given job. Here 4 jobs and 5 machines are given. The processing time for each machine corresponding to the job is given. We have to find the minimum total elapsed time to complete the job. Step 1. Convert 5 machine problem into 2 machine problem. Here 5 machine is given. The optimum sequence possible only for 2 machine. So we need to convert 5 machine problem into 2 machine problem. For converting 5 machine problem into 2 machine problem, we have to follow some steps. Select the minimum element from first machine and the last machine. In machine A, the minimum element is 5. In machine E, the minimum element is 6. In the remaining, you have to select the maximum element. Machine B, the maximum element is 6. Machine C, the maximum element is 5. Machine D, the maximum element is 6. From first and the last machine, we have to select the minimum element. In the remaining, you need to select the maximum element. Let me write minimum value from machine A is 5. Minimum value from machine E is 6. Maximum value from machine B is 6. Maximum value from machine C is 5. Maximum value from machine D is 6. Here minimum of machine A is 5. Maximum of machine C is 5. Both are equal. Minimum of machine A is 6. Maximum of machine B and machine D is 6. Maximum of machine B is 6. Maximum of machine D is 6. Minimum of machine E is equal to maximum of machine B and machine D. Both are 6. Here the condition is satisfied. So, we can convert 5 machine problem into 2 machine problem. The condition is minimum of first machine greater than or equal to maximum of second, third and fourth machine, or minimum of last machine greater than or equal to maximum of second, third and fourth machine. Here both the conditions are satisfied, so we can convert 5 machine problem into 2 machine problem. The first machine is nothing but sum of first 4 machines. Second machine is sum of second 4 machines. There are 4 jobs. Now we can convert 5 machine problem into 2 machine problem. First machine, machine P is machine A plus machine B plus machine C plus machine D. Second machine, machine Q is machine B plus machine C plus machine D plus machine E. For job 1, first machine is sum of machine A, machine B, machine C and machine D. Machine P is 7 plus 5 plus 2 plus 3. Machine P, first job 7 plus 5 plus 2 plus 3. So the total is 17. Job 2, machine P is 6 plus 6 plus 4 plus 5. So the total is 21. And for job 3, machine P is 5 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. So the total is 20. For fourth job, the values are 8 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2. So the total is 16. For machine P, the values are 17, 21, 20 and 16. Machine Q job 1 is 5 plus 2 plus 3 plus 9. So the total is 19. For machine Q, job 2 is 6 plus 4 plus 5 plus 10. So the total is 25. Machine Q, job 3 is 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 8. So the total is 23. Machine Q, job 4 is 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6. So the total is 14. In this way, you have to convert 5 machine problem into 2 machine problem. Step 2, we have to find the optimum sequence for the job. The optimum sequence possible only for 2 machines. For that reason only, we convert 5 machines problem into 2 machine problem. Whatever the number, you have to convert those problems into 2 machines problem, and then you can find the optimum sequence. If the number of machines more than 3 means, you have to convert those problems into 2 machines, and then you can find the optimum sequence for the job. This is the reduced 2 machine problem. The processing time is given. We have to find the optimum sequence for the job. For that, you have to select the minimum value from machine P or machine Q. Here the minimum value is 14, which falls under machine Q. So you do the corresponding job of 4 at the last. The next minimum element is 16. It comes under machine 1, same job. Already 4th job is completed. So you move on to the next minimum value. The next minimum value is 17, which comes under first machine. So do the corresponding job 1 at first. The next minimum element is 19, which falls under machine Q. The corresponding job 1 is already completed. So you move on to the next minimum value. The next minimum value is 20, which falls under machine P. So the corresponding job 3 comes first. In the remaining, next minimum element is 21, which falls under first machine. So the corresponding job 2 comes first. This is the optimum sequence for the given job. Step 3, we have to find the minimum total elapsed time to complete the job. For that, we have to find time in and time out for all the machines. The optimum sequence is 1, 3, 2, 4. Time in for machine A, job 1 is 0. Time out for job 1 on machine A is 0 plus the processing time of job 1 on machine A is 7. So 0 plus 7 is equal to 7. Time in is 0 and time out is 7. For job 3, time in is 7 only. Processing time for a job 3 on machine A is 5. So 7 plus 5 is equal to 12. Time in is 7 and time out is 12 for a job 3 on machine A. For job 2, time in is 12. Processing time for a job 2 on machine A is 6. So 12 plus 6 is equal to 18. For job 4, time in is 18. The processing time for job 4 on machine A is 8. So 18 plus 8 is equal to 26. For a job 4, machine A, time in is 18, time out is 26. The time in and time out for machine A is over. Next we move on to machine B. For machine B, the time in for first job is starts at 7 because machine 1 completes the first job only at 7th hour. Time out for job 1 on machine B is 7 plus 5. 5 is the processing time. So 12. Time in for job 1 on machine B is 7. Time out is 12. Next, time in for job 3 is 12. Processing time for job 3 on machine B is 4. So 12 plus 4 is equal to 16. Time in is 12 and time out is 16 for job 3 on machine B. For a job 2, time in 16 is not possible because first machine completes the works at 18 hours. So time in for job 2 on machine B is 18. The processing time for a job 2 on machine B is 6. So 18 plus 6 is equal to 24. Time in is 18. Time out is 24 for job 2 on machine B. For fourth job, time in is 26 because 24 is not possible. The processing time for job 4 on machine B is 3. So 26 plus 3 is equal to 29. For a job 4 machine B, time in is 26, time out is 29. The time in and time out for machine B is over. Next we have to find time in and time out for machine C. For machine C, first job starts at 12th hour because machine B complete the first job at 12th hour. So time in is 12. The processing time for a job 1 on machine C is 2. So 12 plus 2 is equal to 14. And for job 3, time in is 16 because 14 is not possible. The processing time for job 3 on machine C is 5. So 16 plus 5 is equal to 21. For a job 3 machine C, time in is 16, time out is 21. For a job 2, time in is 24 because 21 is not possible. The processing time for a job 2 on machine C is 4. So 24 plus 4 is equal to 28. For a job 2, machine C, time in is 24, time out is 28. For a job 4, time in is 29 because 28 is not possible. The processing time for job 4 on machine C is 3. So 29 plus 3 is equal to 32. For a job 4, machine C, time in is 29, time out is 32. The time in and time out for machine C is over. Next we can find time in and time out for machine D. For machine D, job 1 starts at 14th hour because machine C completes the first job at 14th hour. So time in is 14. Time out is the processing time for job 1 on machine D is 3. So 14 plus 3 is equal to 17. For a job 3, time in is 21 because 17 is not possible. The processing time for job 3 on machine D is 6. So 21 plus 6 is equal to 27. For job 2, time in is 28 because 27 is not possible. The processing time for job 2 on machine D is 5. So 28 plus 5 is equal to 33. And for job 4, time in is 33. Time out is the processing time for job 4 on machine D is 2. So 33 plus 2 is equal to 35. For job 4, machine D, time in is 33, time out is 35. The time in and time out for machine D is over. Next we have to find a time in and time out for machine E. The machine E, job 1 starts at 17th hour because machine D completes the works at 17 hour. Time in is 17. The processing time for job 1 on machine E is 9. 17 plus 9 is equal to 26. Job 1 machine E, time in is 17, time out is 26. Third job starts the works at 27 hour because 26 is not possible. The processing time for job 3 on machine E is 8. So 27 plus 8 is equal to 35. For job 2, time in is 35. The processing time for job 2 on machine E is 10. So 35 plus 10 is 45. For job 4, time in is 45. The processing time for job 4 on machine E is 6. So 45 plus 6 is equal to 51. For job 4 machine E, time in is 45, time out is 51. The time in and time out for all the machines are over. Next we have to find the idle time for each machine. For machine A, the work starts immediately, so no idle time. Here also the work starts immediately, so no idle time. Job 2, it starts immediately, no idle time. Job 4, it starts immediately, so no idle time. For mission B, the work starts at 7th hour. So first 7 hours mission B is idle. And here it starts immediately, so no idle time. And for job 2, starts only at 18 hours. So the difference is 2. 2 hours idle time for mission B. Job 2 completes the works at 24 hours. Job 4 starts the works at 26th hour. So 2 hours idle time. Next we find the idle time for mission C. Mission C starts the first work at 12th hour. So first 12 hours idle time for mission C. And here timeout is 14 and third job starts at 16th hour. So 2 hours idle time. Job 3 completes the works at 21. Job 2 starts the works at 24th hour. So 3 hours idle time. Job 2 completes the works at 28th hour. But job 4 starts only at 29th hour. So 1 hour idle time. Next we have to find the idle time for mission D. Mission D starts the works at 14th hour. So first 14 hours mission D is free. Job 1 complete the works at 17 hours. Job 3 starts the works at 21 hours. So the idle time is 4. Job 3 completes the works at 27 hours. Job 2 starts the works at 28 hours. So the idle time is 1. Here it starts immediately, so no idle time. Next we have to find the idle time for mission E. Mission E starts the works at 17 hours. So first 17 hours is the idle time for mission E. Job 1 complete the works at 26th hour. Job 3 starts at 27. So 1 hour idle time. And here it starts immediately, no idle time. Here it starts immediately, so no idle time. Now idle time for mission A is the total processing time to complete all the job is 51 hours. Mission A completes the works at 26th hour. So 51 minus 26 is equal to 25 hours. Idle time for mission A is 25 hours. Now idle time for mission B is 7 plus 2 plus 2 plus total processing time is 51. Mission B completes the works at 29. So 51 minus 29. So 33 hours. Idle time for mission B is 33 hours. Now idle time for mission C. 12 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus the total processing time is 51. Mission C completes the works at 32. So 51 minus 32. So the total is 37 hours. Idle time for mission C is 37 hours. Now idle time for mission D. 14 plus idle time for mission D is 14 plus 4 plus 1 plus total processing time is 51. Mission D completes the works at 35 hours. So 51 minus 35, the total is 35 hours. Idle time for mission D is 35 hours. The idle time for mission E is 17 plus 1, 18 hours. Minimum total elapsed time to complete the job is 51 hours. In this way, you have to find the minimum total elapsed time to complete the job for any number of missions. Whatever the number is given, you have to convert those missions into 2 missions problem, and then you have to find the sequence. After that, you have to find time in and time out for all the missions. Then you have to find the minimum total elapsed time to complete the job. Hope you all understand. If you like this video, please share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.